Hello students, welcome to class 9th SST. Myself SJP. Today I am going to discuss history section, that is chapter 2, Socialism in Europe and Russian Revolution. This is part 10 and this is the last topic of this lesson. Today the topic of discussion is the global influence of the Russian Revolution and the USSR. Children, global. The word global means all over world. Every country on the earth, that forms global. Means when something becomes famous all over world in every countries, then it becomes global. Here we are going to discuss the influence of Russian Revolution all over world. पूरी दुनिया पे क्या इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ, what was the impact, effect, क्या प्रभाव पड़ा. This thing we are going to discuss in this section. Children, you know very well Russian Revolution was the result of February Revolution and lot of killings, massacres, and various policies were used. Petrograd Soviets had sacrificed their lives for the Russian Revolution. Along with this, socialist parties, they were formed. And children, when after Russian Revolution, the global, after Russian Revolution, European countries, they took lesson that socialism have a power. That's why Soviet Union, that is USSR, it is keeping it. But the socialist parties, they were formed in various European countries, but they could not approve it because they could not keep it any longer because of some lackness, some workers association problems, and the workers, the state of workers, that was a burning imagination of the people, and people, they thought that workers are still suffering. Children, Bolshevik party, that was struggling, that had struggled and brought Russian Revolution, and this caused its influence because Soviet Union, that is Russia, it had formed a socialism in its country. Communist party was also formed in various European countries on the basis of socialism. Children, for example, the Communist Party of Great Britain, Communist Party in various other European countries, and after independence in India, after mid 20th century, mid half of 20th century, that is 1950, in India, Communist Party was formed. And this Communist Party, it was led on behalf of socialism. And children, the Bolshevik Party, they had made a Comintern. This Comintern, it is an international union of pro-Bolshevik socialist parties. Means all over Europe, not only Europe, Asia, they made a Comintern. It became an international union that had cultivated socialism in their countries, and they had made socialist parties. But in many European countries, there was a lot of differences. They could not cultivate because they found some problems in this system. Because in Russia, however, it was beneficial, but people brought lot of critics. Means बहुत सारे लोगों ने इसकी आलोचना भी की. Children, one thing I want to describe that most of the countries, especially European countries, they started mixing with each other in Russia, and they tried to learn Russian culture and socialism, and they wanted to cultivate that in their own country. Even from India, means you can say Jawaharlal Nehru and many other top leaders, Rabindranath Tagore, they visited Russia and learned, and they also studied in Russian universities how socialism run and what are its benefits. Children, one thing more, many top leaders, they had studied in Russian universities and came to India, and they wrote their ideas, that means the idea of socialism, how it run and how it is cultivated. One of the person was R.S. Avasthi. He wrote in Hindi about Russian Revolution. He described Russian Revolution in Hindi in his book, and about Lenin he also wrote a book, and another one his life and his thoughts, and later the Red Revolutions. These books were written by R.S. Avasthi in Hindi. So socialism became popular in India as well, in many other languages like Tamil, Marathi, Malayalam, Telugu. People translated these books. Along with this, there was another person, H.D. Vidyalankar. He wrote The Rebirth of Russia and the Soviet State of Russia. These books, they were written by Indian writers, and socialism became popular. But after mid 1950, communist parties were made in India, and they came in Indian politics, but they could not become famous because of various differences. They found that however socialism was better in Russia. They had done everything, but their policies were harsh. They had cultivated dictatorship and forced the people to develop their country's economy, society, as well as politics. So there was a drawback people found in socialism. That's why it could not succeed in various European countries. Children, one thing more, many leaders who went outside like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Rabindranath Tagore, they studied there, and they came to India and tried their principle. But the workers' problem, the imperialistic ideas, they could not succeed in Indian democracy. Children, some people also visited Russia, and they gave their ideas about socialism, how socialism is cultivated in Russia. They found there was no difference, and they thought, they also got that the system of socialism was just like India. There was no difference, and even before Russian Revolution and after Russian Revolution, people met with each other with good enthusiasm. There was no difference, no change in their strategy, in their ideas, in their opinions, in their views. Along with this, Rabindranath Tagore, he visited Russia, and he wrote a lot of things about Russia. He told that there is no difference between lifestyle, their clothing, and their way of talking. And he told that they are just like Indian masses. Means most of the people, they were working in workshops. Their clothes, they were not attractive, they were quite dirty, and their lifestyle, their way of talking, that was normal. Means he told that in socialism in Russia, however cultivated, but their lifestyle was similar, and there was no change at all. So in this manner, this man studied, and finally in Russia he became very popular because of his Nobel Prize what he got, and he became so famous that Russians still like him, Mr. Rabindranath Tagore. So children, this was the global influence of the Russian Revolution. Means people all over world, they thought that there is no difference, because socialism is not so so effective. And finally what happened, even in Russia it became defamous, and after there was a problem in Russia after few days because of its unpopularity, and the Russian Union was collapsed, and after that in the leadership of Vladimir Putin, it is still standing, but the socialism is in danger. But children, however it is, but it is better for them. The people of Soviet, the people of USSR, they like it. Okay, thank you for watching this clip.